Hi, good morning, students. Welcome to this class. This is class 12. Today we are going to discuss the lecture number 8. Chapter is Continuity and Differentiability, and topic is exercise number 7.2. This exercise is based on basically on chain rule, division rule, and differentiation of product of two functions. So let us begin. Exercise 5.12 from NCERT we are going to discuss. First question is sine of x square plus 5. So as you know, we use here the chain rule. So what is chain rule? Again I remind it. So if fx, that means y is equal to f of fx, function of function, then if we let fx is equal to t, then y is nothing but capital of ft, then dy by dx is nothing but dy by dt and dt by dx. This is actually the chain rule. So first of all, you note it down, chain rule, and then we solve this particular question. Please note it down. Okay, so let us solve this question. So simply we have to find, supposed to be y is equal to sine of x square plus 5. Y is equal to sine of x square plus 5. Let t is equal to x square plus 5. Then we have dy by dx, then we have y is equal to sine t. Now dy by dx, this is nothing but dy by dt and dt by dx. So we will have dy by dt of sine t, because y is equal to sine t, and dy by dx of t, that means x square plus 5. So you know very well what is the differentiation of this function. Sin t is cos t, and this is nothing but 2x plus 0. That means 2x, because x is square, x to the power n, 2x, and 5 is constant, this is 0. So answer is 2x cos t means what? X square plus 5. So this is the answer for this particular question. So note it down. Similarly, second one. Now see second one. Question number second. See, cos of sin x. This is also easy, but I am just solve it. Y is equal to cos of sin x. Now differentiation start. So whenever you suppose a function, for finding its derivative, you must suppose it as y is equal to something and then continue. Okay, so let sin x is equal to t, then this becomes y is equal to cos t, and this is nothing but dy by dx, this is dy by dt and dt by dx. Okay, and afterwards chain rule is where we have to use chain rules directly. So first and second 2 or 3 questions we have to use this rule. Afterwards directly we use that dy by dx is cos of sin x supposed to be t, then cos of differentiation of cos x, that is minus sin x, then dy by dx of sin x, then sin x is cos x. Okay, so see, dy by dx, this is nothing but dy dt of cos t and dy dx of what, sin x. T means sin x. Yes, so this is minus cos sin t and this is cos x. So answer is minus sin of sin x into cos x. So note it down. I hope you completed. Now next one is sin of ax plus b. Y is equal to sin of ax plus b. So let us see. Y is equal to sin of ax plus b. Again, so now we are going to write directly. So dy by dx is nothing but dy by dx of sin of ax plus b, and again dy by dx of ax plus b. So we have to write this cos ax plus b, and this is d by dx of ax, this means a and b is 0. So a of cos ax plus b. So this is direct rule which we are using afterwards. Okay, so note it down because so many questions. So how will we use chain rule in each and every question? Now next one, sec of tan of root x. Next one you see, question number 4. Question number 4 is sec tan root x. Root x. Okay. So let y is equal to this. Now dy by dx is nothing but dy by dx of sec tan root x, d by dx of tan root x, and d by dx of root x. This is the direct rule. So sec means sec tan root x into tan root x, and this is sec square root x, and this is 1 by 2 x to the power minus 1 by 2. Understood? So this is sec tan root x, tan root x, and this is sec square root x, and this is 1 upon 2, that means 2 root x. Okay, so this is the answer. So maybe answer is differed in your NCERT book, so please don't worry, you have to write this answer. This is correct, no problem. Okay. So please note it down. Okay, I hope you completed this. Our next one is okay. Okay, next you see here. This is y is equal to sine of ax plus b and divided by cos of cx plus t. Okay, so dy by dx is nothing but we have to use chain rule. Denominator d by dx of numerator minus numerator d by dx of denominator and whole divided by cos square cx plus d. So this is the value of dy by dx. Now we solve it, we will get result as dy by dx is nothing but cos of cx plus d. And what is the differentiation of this? This is my cos ax plus b, and then d by dx of ax is a. So a is here, and this is also cos ax plus b. Okay. Similarly, minus of sine ax plus b, sine ax plus b, and this is d by dx of cos, that means minus sine, this is positive sine cx plus d, and the whole divided by, and c by c, d by dx of cx plus d is c, and whole divided by cos square cx plus d. Okay, so if you want you can solve more steps, but in my view this is the answer, no problem. But if you want you can solve it as a cos cx plus d, then one of them is cancel, cos ax plus b upon cos cx plus d. So doesn't mean, so simply you have to write this one, no problem. Okay, so please note it down. Okay, I hope you completed. Now next one is, next problem is cos x cube into sin square x to the power 5. So see this problem. Now question number 6. Now we are going to solve question number 6. So please see. Question number 6 is, y is equals to cos x cube into sin x to the power 5. So see, this is also a very good question. See here. So first of all, we see there are two functions. First of all, we see here there are two functions. First one is cos x cube. First one is cos x cube, and the second function is sin x to the power 5. So first of all, we use product rule. So dy by dx, this is nothing but first function d by dx of second function, and plus of second function d by dx of first function. So we have used dy by dx as cos x cube into my sine of x power 5 cos x to the power 5, but d by dx of x to the power 5, this is 5x to the power 4. Similarly, plus sine x to the power 5, but cos x cube is again minus sine x cube, so this is minus and this is sine x cube. And what is the differentiation of x cube? 3x square. So the whole answer is dy by dx, this is nothing but cos x cube 5x to the power 4 cos x cube cos x to the power 5 minus sin x to the power 3x square sin x to the power 5 and sin x cube. So this is the answer, that means differentiation of the above function. So please try to write down. Okay, I hope you mentioned it. So next question, question number 7. Seven, 2 y is equal to 2 root of cot x square. Okay, 2 root of cot x square. So see this particular question, 2 root of cot x square, then dy by dx, this is nothing but 2 times d by dx of root cot x square, then d by dx of cot x square, and this is nothing but 2 into 1 by 2 root of cot x square because this is supposed to be x, so x to the power 1 by 2, 1 by 2 root of x. And then cot x square, this is minus cosec square x square, and then d by dx of x square, this is 2x. So this 2 to cancel out, this is minus 2x cosec square x square divided by root of cot x square. So maybe this is the answer, but may this answer is not matched with your book. So you just try to convert it into sine cos, and you will get your book answer. So it doesn't matter answer will match or not, but question is correct, solution is correct. So please try to understand this is the solution. Okay, because maybe in book answer is given in sine form or another form. Okay, so now next one is differentiate cos root x. So I hope this is completed. Now next one is y is equal to cos root x. Y is equal to cos root x. So this is question number 8. Now y is equal to cos root x. This means what? This is very simple. dy by dx. This is dy by dx of cos root x and dy by dx of root x. So simply you know very well. This is minus sine of root x. Then 1 by 2 divided by root x, because dy by dx of root x is 1 by 2 root x. So this is minus sine root x divided by 2 root x. This is the answer. So this is the whole solution of the exercise 5.2. But some questions are from the differentiability. So we'll see these two questions also. I hope this is completed. Now question number 9. We are going to see question number 9. What is solution of question number 9? So please see. Prove that the function f is given by, question number 9. Prove that the function fx is given by fx equal to mod of x minus 1 for each x belongs to R is not differentiable at x is equal to 1. Is not differentiable at x is equal to 1. Maybe this question I had already solved, but again I am going to solve it. So please try to understand. So first of all, we define the function y is equal to mod of x minus 1, and you know very well this is what? Minus of 1 minus x. If x is less than or equal to 1, x is less than 1, and this is 1 minus x if x is greater than or equal to 1. Okay? If x is greater than or equal to 1. So if we want, we can write it as y is equal to mod of x minus 1, and this is nothing but x minus 1. See, this is x minus 1. Wait, x minus 1, sorry. Minus of x minus 1, and this is x minus 1. So minus of x minus 1 is nothing but 1 minus x. if x is less than 1, and this is x minus 1 if x is greater than or equal to 1. So this is the function. Now we have to check the differentiability of this function at x is equal to 1. Either they are this particular function is differentiable or not, we can see by the checking the differentiability of that function at x is equal to 1. Now we use the LHD and RHD at x equal to 1. So please first you write down this defined function and then we see. Okay, see, left-handed derivative, you know the definition of left-handed derivative. So we check the differentiability at x is equal to 1. Ability of the function, given function at x is equal to 1. So LHD, that means left-handed derivative, limit x tends to 0. First you write x tends to 1 minus fx minus fa divided by x minus a. This is the definition. So if we write it, limit x tends to 0, then this is f1 minus h minus f1 and divided by 1 minus h minus 1. This is the definition. You know very well. So this is nothing but limit h tends to 0. This is cancelled out. f1 minus h. As you know, the quantity 1 minus h is less than 1. So function is already defined, which I have just defined. 1 minus x. 1 minus x is the quantity less than 1. That means when function is defined at x less than 1 is 1 minus x. So we are going to write here 1 minus of 1 minus h minus f1 is 0, no problem, because 1 minus 1 is 0, 1 minus h. So this is limit h tends to 0, 1 minus 1 plus h divided by minus h. This is h upon minus h. Limit h tends to 0, h upon minus h. This is minus 1. So LHD is nothing but minus 1. And now we are going to find RHD. So first you note it down, then after right-handed derivative. Okay? So note it down. Okay, right-handed derivative, same as this. We are going to write here right-handed derivative. So RHD, that means right-handed derivative, limit x tends to 1 plus fx minus fa divided by x minus a. This is nothing but limit h tends to 0, f of 1 plus h minus f1 divided by 1 plus h minus 1. So this is cancelled out, and this is limit h tends to 0, f1 plus h minus f1 divided by this, and you know very well, for x greater than 1 function is defined as x minus 1. So this is limit h tends to 0, x minus 1, and x minus 1, that means 1 plus h minus 1 minus f1 is 0, no problem, and divided by h, 1 cancelled out. So limit h tends to 0, h upon h, this is 1. So here we see LHD does not equal to RHD, left-handed derivative does not equal to right-handed derivative. That means LF dash 1 does not equal to LR dash 1. Hence, function is not differentiable at x is equal to 1. So function is not differentiable at x equal to 1. So in this manner we have to complete this particular question. And now the last question is going on, and then this particular exercise is over. We had already discussed this question also, but in exercise that's why I am going to again discuss. Prove that the greatest integer function, see the question, prove that the greatest integer function defined by fx is equal to mod x, bracket x, where x is less than or equal to 1, is not differentiable at x is equal to 1 and x equal to 2. At x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2, this function is not differentiable. So first of all we are going to see at x is equal to 1, then at x is equal to 2. So see, as you know bracket function very well, the greatest integer less than or equal to 1 x. So at x is equal to 1, if we find LHD LF dash 1, then you know very well this is limit x tends to 0, f of 1 minus h minus f1 divided by minus h, or simply 1 minus h plus 1 minus 1 x minus h. That means this is, so this is cancelled out, and you know limit x tends to 0, 1 minus h is the quantity less than 1. So at less than 1 bracket function is 0 only, you know, and f1 is 1 only, and divided by minus h, and this is limit h tends to 0, f of 1 upon h, and you know very well does not exist. So no need to talk about next thing, because 1 plus h is like this also. So LHD does not equal to RHD. So we can say the function is not differentiable at x is equal to 1. So at x is equal to 2, if we check, so at x is equal to 2, you know, LF dash 2 limit h tends to 0, f of 2 minus h minus f2 divided by 2 minus h minus 2, this is cancelled out. So limit h tends to 0, you know very well this is the 2 minus h. So function is less than 2, integer between 1 and 2, so this is in bracket only 1 minus f2, f2 is 2, and divided by minus h, this is also minus 1 upon minus h. So this is 1 upon h. So this limit also does not exist. So we can say this function is LHD does not equal to RHD, hence the function is not differentiable at x is equal to 1. So thank you for today. Thank you very much.